Okay, so I thought today I would go through, just in case you might have had some questions about our final project, which is in place of our final exam. So it's basically a scavenger hunt. It'll be due by midnight on Friday, June 12th, because your Chromebooks, I believe, are going to be handed in the next week, so we need to get this done. Basically, there is a list, hopefully you looked it over the other day, of 35 items, and you need to gather at least 20 of them. You will need to basically take a picture of them, and if you cannot take a picture, then you will need to draw it out or sketch it. I don't want any pictures from Google, so you're not taking a picture from Google, it's your own photo. And maybe you could even put yourself in the photo so that we know it's your own photo, or you can easily just sketch something out on a piece of paper and take a picture of that. And those of you that like to draw may like to do this. When you go and actually complete the slideshow, there is a part where you have to give us the number from the list. So whatever of the 35 items, you're only doing 20 of them. And then you want to identify the item. So like, for example, if there was something about a carbohydrate and it was, let's say, number 6, you would put number 6 where the number goes, and I'll show you that in a second, on the Google slide. And then you would put carbohydrate for the item. Then you're going to answer a question or give an explanation. And there's a part for that. And then there's one last part, which is a citation. Now, I don't want a formal citation. All I really need is the URL of wherever you found the information, if you weren't sure on Google, or if you remember the information and you actually got it from class, or you remember it from class, then you would just put my name down. If you got it from someone else, you would put their name down. So that's how you're sort of giving credit either to me or someone else or Google. And all you have to do is copy and paste the URL. Just like when we used to do labs in class, you can work with someone, but you still have to have your own work. So really the best thing is probably to work alone. You can use a picture for more than one item. So if you answered something about a carbohydrate, but another choice, you're still going to show that same picture, that's fine. You're able to do that. You just have to give a different explanation. This is how you're going to be graded. So basically you get 1 point for the item, the photo that you've done or the sketch, and then you get 1 point for correctly sort of explaining it or answering the questions, and then you also get a point for the citation, which again isn't a formal citation. It's just, oh yeah, I remember it from class, Mrs. Granza said it. So you put my name, or you find it on Google and you give it a URL. All right, if I go back to Classroom, this is the copy of the 35 items, and you only need to pick 20 of them to get a 100. So if you have all 20 and you get all the points, then you're gonna get a 100. It's easy to do. I will say that there's some of them on here that you might want to cross out that we haven't really discussed, and that would be number 6, 7, 10, and 27. You could do it if you wanted to. You just have to look up like anaerobic fermentation. We didn't really talk about that in class, so you can just get rid of those, but you still have enough to pick from. So it's 6, 7, 10, and 27. And then, so like the first one says, for example, something that contains things surrounded by a phospholipid, which is a cell membrane. It's just another name for it, and describe the purpose of the cell membrane. So you take a picture of it or you draw it. You put number 1 down because that's number 1. I'll show you where you're going to put all of this. It's going to go over here. So there is a Google slide that is set up. So you put your item number here. You would put that, in this case, it was the cell membrane. You would put number 1. Right here, you would attach your image. So paste your image there, whether it's a sketch that you took a picture of or you actually took a picture of something with a cell membrane. You know, you could take a picture of your dog and say, oh, my dog's cells have a cell membrane, because they do. Take a picture of your hand. Your hand has cells, right? You know you're made of cells, and cell membranes are in an animal cell. And then over here is where you would put any necessary information to explain whatever they're asking you. And then down here is your citation. And if you remember from class, again, you would just say me, or you would just copy and paste the URL. This shouldn't be anything difficult. There's actually more than 20 slides, so you can do more if you want. If you want to get like extra credit or whatever, but at least have the 20 done. I think you have plenty of time to do this. Pick and choose the ones that you want to do. And I will be available Tuesday on our Google Meet, and I can go over it a little bit more. There's no new assignments that I am giving you. I might just have some videos for you to watch just to end the year out, but there'll be no more written assignments. This is our last written assignment. And you can also email me too. All right. See you Tuesday.